Hey everyone, it's Saturday morning, October 26th. Welcome to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, and let's talk about what was moving the markets yesterday. Before we dive in, a quick reminder. Today's episode is sponsored by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. For personalized investment solutions and high-quality mutual funds, visit amf-capital.de. All right, so here's where we landed. It was a mixed day for U.S. stocks Friday as rising Treasury yields added some jitters to the markets. The Standard & Poor's 500 managed to stay just above the flat line, holding on after snapping a three-day losing streak the day before. The tech-heavy Nasdaq edged up about 0.6%, inching closer to its record high of 18,579 thanks to anticipation around next week's tech earnings. But the Dow took a bit of a hit, falling 0.6% to close out the day. Now, the broader story here is the uncertainty around the Federal Reserve's next move on interest rates. As the 10-year Treasury yield ticked up to around 4.23%, we saw risk appetite cool off a bit, with the yield approaching that recent high of 4.25% from midweek. With questions still swirling about whether the Fed will keep cutting rates, markets just aren't getting the clear signals they were hoping for. Looking at the week as a whole, it was a rough one for the Dow and the Standard & Poor's 500, both logging downbeat weeks. Concerns that the Fed could slow down or even pause its rate cuts have definitely been putting a cap on things, even as we head deeper into a robust earnings season. And speaking of earnings, there's a lot to look forward to next week. Tesla kicked things off with a surprise last week, and now all eyes are on 5 other big tech names, the so-called Magnificent Seven, with Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon all set to report. These earnings could be huge in setting the tone for tech stocks and maybe even give the Nasdaq a push toward new highs. One more thing to keep in mind is the November jobs report coming up next Friday, plus a tight U.S. presidential election just around the corner. Both could add some volatility as investors weigh what these could mean for future policy and markets. That's your market wrap for today. Thanks for listening to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm Endrit Sella, and I'll see you back here Monday morning for more updates and important events in the week ahead. Have a great weekend, everyone.